The second a man puts his relationship before his goals is the second the relationship starts to crumble. This is going to sound a bit controversial, but as a man, you should always prioritize your purpose over your relationship. Timmy doesn't think so. Timmy finally gets a girlfriend, and just like most guys, he thinks, oh, now that I have the relationship, I can just relax. I can just sit inside. I can just play video games. I can just skip the gym, and I'll start spending all of my free time with her. Sounds pretty sweet, right? But slowly, he stops going to the gym. He stops waking up early. He starts watching Netflix all the time, eating junk food every day, and starts losing his edge as a man. And his girlfriend begins to feel it. She doesn't say it right away, but over time, she slowly starts to pull away. And then eventually, she leaves. Because the man she fell for is not the man that he is now. Do you know who would never do this? Alexander. Alexander gets a girlfriend too, but he's different. He doesn't fall into comfort. He still hits the gym. He grinds towards his vision. He doesn't orbit around his woman. He is grounded in his purpose. And because of that, when he does spend time with her, he's fully grounded, he's fully present, he's masculine, and she feels it in him. So how can we be more like Alexander and less like Timmy? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. So first of all, let's start this video off with some wise words from the author of The Way of the Superior Man, David Deida. Every man knows that his highest purpose in life cannot be reduced to any particular relationship. If a man prioritizes his relationship over his highest purpose, he weakens himself, deserves the universe, and cheats his woman of an authentic man who can offer her full, undivided presence. Now, this was a lesson that I had to learn the hard way. A few years ago, I was in a relationship, and at the start, I was working hard, I was going to the gym, I was in good shape, I was living a purposeful life. And over time, I slowly became more and more weak, more and more docile, more and more complacent. And eventually, she was trying to help me out, get me back on track, but I just kept on slipping more and more out of my goals, spending less time in the gym, more time watching TV, less time focused on my school, football, lifting weights, and more time spent on eating junk food and wasting time. And then eventually, I ended up having to go through a pretty hard breakup because of it, a lot of heartbreak. And it was all because I lost myself, I lost my goals, my purpose in the process of the relationship. And yeah, you can use me as one example, but you see this all the time in long-term relationships. The guy at the start, he's on it. He's working hard. He's doing the right things. And then over time, he starts to get complacent because he thinks, oh, I have the girl now, so now I can relax. Now I can take it easy. You see it in marriages all the time. The man starts being more and more lazy, not taking care of himself, and then eventually the wife ends up leaving him. So what can you do to avoid this? Number one, you gotta set the frame of your relationship. Sometimes your girl may say that she wants to stay in bed a bit extra longer, that she wants to relax, she wants to just chill. But really quick, I want you to think of these two separate split lives, these two separate versions of you. The first one, you give in to this. You stop going to the gym, you start eating a bunch of junk food, you start living a more comfortable life and spending 100% of your free time with your girl. And because of that, you stop working on the things that made her attracted to you in the first place. And then the second example, you keep focusing on yourself, you keep improving yourself, you keep leveling up, you keep doing the things that made her attracted to you in the first place. Of these two examples, which one is she going to be more attracted to in the long run? Which one will she appreciate more? Of course, the version of you who's disciplined, who's focused. Now, the thing is, a girl may say to you, right? You wake up in the morning, oh, I wanted to spend more time with you, relaxing, laying in bed, more time watching Netflix during the day. But at the end of the day, as a man, sometimes you have to realize that you have to do what you know is best. You have to focus on the right things and sometimes say no to doing things that are more comfortable, even if it's what she says she wants. Because something you have to realize, and this is another thing I learned from the book, The Way of the Superior Man, is that what a girl says is not always what she actually wants. She might say that she wants you to spend more time with her, but if you end up spending more time with her and sacrificing yourself in the process, she'll respect you a lot less than if you just focus on yourself. And sometimes, yeah, she might feel a bit down about it. She might say that she wants to spend more time with you, but in the end, she will respect you more. Before we go into the next section, I just want to give a quick disclaimer. Obviously, on a macro scale, like your family, your girlfriend always comes as a priority over your relationship. For example, like if your girl is, I don't know, in the hospital or something, or like you're having a kid, right? You're not going to say, oh yeah, I'm not going to be there for the birth of my child because I have to go get a workout in. Like, no, that'd be ridiculous. So obviously, on a macro scale, certain occasions, yes, your girlfriend, your family would always come before your purpose as a man. But I'm saying on a daily basis, you don't sacrifice your own goals, your own mission to be with your girl more often. So I hope that difference kind of makes sense. Obviously, in emergency situations, you would choose to be with your girlfriend over like going to the gym or something. The second thing you have to do is you have to avoid complacency. Something you must realize is that complacency is the killer of relationships. I see so many guys, including myself, I still fall into this all the time, getting complacent when you're in a relationship. Because all the time, still, I have a girlfriend now, and there will be moments where I say, oh, I can just relax today, I can just take it easy. But you have to realize when you're doing this and fight back against it. And the thing is, it's going to happen. You're going to have days where you want to feel more complacent, where you want to give in, but you have to limit those to as few as possible and not let the complacency take over your life. Because when you fall off as a man, when you stop being the person that you were, you're not being the man that she fell in love with, and that's doing a disservice to your partner. Now, obviously, the Timmy example that I talked about earlier, where she noticed he was falling off and then left him, that was a bit dramatic. A good girl, if she sees you're falling off, just like you would do with if you had a girlfriend, she'll positively try to help you out. A good girl won't just leave you right away the second you have something fall off, because in life, right, we might go through bad periods. We might go through some time where we're slacking on ourselves a bit. And a good high quality partner will always try and push you in the right direction and try to help you get back on track. But as a man, it's your responsibility to not let yourself get to that place and set a positive frame where you're still focused on yourself. Because think about it this way. Imagine if you started dating a girl and then after 6 or 8 months, she stopped doing the things that made you attracted to her in the first place. She started being rude all of a sudden. She got really out of shape. She stopped doing things that made you attracted to her. How would that make you feel? Of course, you wouldn't like that. So you owe that same respect to your partner. Third thing you have to understand is quality of time over quantity of time. Now you might be asking the question, well, you're saying you should prioritize your purpose over your relationship. So how do you go about spending time with your partner? And my best advice, always make sure you are taking care of your business as a man, whatever you may have going on. For some people, you might still be in school, so it'd be your schoolwork. You might be playing a sport, so it's making sure that you're training, you're doing all the right things. It might be your career, your business, you're getting your work done, you're not sacrificing that. At the end of the day, that's the first thing you have to fulfill. Am I taking care of my goals? Am I not slacking on these things? And in terms of the amount of days or nights you should spend with your partner, there really is no perfect answer. It's going to be different for every single person. If you could spend every day with them and still get all your stuff done, obviously that's completely fine. But you don't want to be sacrificing your goals to spend time with your partner. And also always focus on quality of time over quantity of time. Your girl would much more appreciate 2 to 3 very good nights a week where you're fully there, being present with her, doing something fun, compared to just sitting on the couch and watching Netflix all day, every single day. Because when you're taking care of business and you're present, she will feel it and she will appreciate that from you. And also, if you found this video helpful and you kind of like this idea, you want to learn more about masculinity and relationships, I highly recommend checking out this book right here, The Way of the Superior Man. This is a book that honestly changed my life, helped me improve my life in a lot of ways. So you can search it up on Amazon or wherever and go check out that book. I highly recommend it. I'll see you for the next video, bro.